Good morning. I'm going to explain to you how to complete the nonfiction organizer, which will be graded on Friday. So we just read an article about a teen with no arms. I'm going to show you how to complete the nonfiction graphic organizer, and then tomorrow you'll read a different article on your own, and Friday you'll have to fill out the same organizer that I'm doing right now. So this is an example of what it looks like completed. Even though you can't read what it says, that's okay. This is just kind of the overall layout of it. The second slide here says there's nothing to complete on this slide. This is an example of it empty. I feel like it might be kind of hard to type in your answers in this small of a box. I just went ahead and I broke it down even farther. So we're going to start here with signpost and text structure. As you can see, it says place the X, so the yellow X, on one of the boxes under signpost. So I want to start there. So thinking back to the article, I think a signpost we could use, or there's 5. There's contrast, contradiction, extreme language, word gaps, numbers and stats, and then quoted words. Several of those are evident in the article. You can choose whichever one you want as long as you can explain it. I think I might choose contrast and contradiction. So I would just take this and I would put it right there. So contrast, contradiction. Then I'm going to type my answer in here. You just click on that and delete it. I would say contrast and contradiction is present in the article because, now let's think about this. Contrast and contradiction means what you think about something is different than what the author is saying. So when the author tells us that Tim is not really into sports or athletic, that contradicts what I think about him in the article because he went viral for this box jump. He competed in a triathlon. So it's contradictory to what I think versus what I was told. So I might say, because Tim stated that he does not like sports, comma, yet he participated in a few of them, including a triathlon. If you want to make this bigger so that I can see it, that's totally fine. I like different fonts to make it something more up my alley. If you wanted to change colors, I guess you could. You could put it like purple or something. Just make sure it's not anything that's too crazy that I can't read because then I will probably get frustrated. Okay, the second one is text structure. Place an X on the box. Which text structure do you think it is? Do you think we are describing something here? Is there a problem with the solution, order and sequence, cause and effect, or compare and contrast? Now, there could be more than one correct answer, but as long as you can fully explain it, you can get the full credit there. So I think I'm actually going to say that it is cause and effect because the cause of him trying hard and playing sports was him with the video that went viral. There wasn't really a problem with solution. Like, it's not like, yes, he didn't have arms, but the solution wasn't to compete in races. So it wouldn't be that. You could say description, I think, as well. Or you could probably even argue order and sequence was there. But I'm going to use cause and effect. So I would say the cause is Tim's box jump video that went viral. As a result, Tim tried to play different sports. Now, see, I didn't write that much, but that's okay. I fully explained my thoughts, and I think that is pretty good to what I want to get across. Perfect. Now that is done. The second slide says 3 important stats, facts, or statistics, 1 opinion from the article, and then my opinion about the article. Over here, the directions say use this space to type out your important facts and stats and opinions. So I'm just going to erase that. I'm just going to put a 1 for my first important statistic. I'm going to change my font here, change my color. And I might say that an important fact was Tim didn't play soccer because he didn't want to get kicked in the shins. Done. A second one could be he uses a tricycle to bike while steering with his core. I'm putting that as a fact because I didn't know prior to reading this how he rode a bike, but that kind of helps me understand how he does it now. A third one I could put was that Tim's mom wanted him to get knocked around as a kid. I remember we explained this further in the last video about why she kind of wanted him to get knocked down. So it's not me being rude, it's just kind of what she wanted. A statistic could also be in here that you could put. Look for those numbers, look for percentages. That can also help you. Now I'm going to talk about one opinion from the article. So I think the most obvious one was the lady who gave Tim's mom a dirty look had an opinion that she was a bad mother. She didn't think that Tim should get knocked down by his peers because he had known. Okay, so that's one opinion from the article. We know this because we read it yesterday and kind of talked about it. Now, my opinion, your opinion is going to be a little different. You could talk about whatever you want. So maybe you really liked the article, maybe you thought it was inspiring, maybe you didn't like it. That's okay. But if you can explain it, then I'm going to take the credit for it. So I would say my opinion. I really liked this article because it made me feel empowered. If Tim can compete in sports, then I can try my best to do more challenging things. Make sure you write a complete sentence. You can always write more. I can make my font smaller and write more, but at least one sentence. Okay, good. Now that slide is done. Moving on to our last slide is going to be the author and article title, the main idea, and then 3 supporting details. So my title is Meet the Teen. I'm actually going to look, Meet the Teen Born Without Arms who competed in the Chicago Triathlon. And that's by Phil Hudson. Okay, so what do we think the main idea is here? What's the big takeaway? I think the main idea might be something like, it's not just him competing in athletics. I think it's him trying to live a normal life outside of the disability that he has. So I would say Tim Bannon, a boy with no arms, participates in sports to try and live a normal life. Okay, now we need to have 3 supporting details that prove that he tries to do these things to live a normal life. Now, if your topic was something different, like Tim Bannon loves football, your supporting details better all talk about football in some aspect. So you can't just throw down 3 things from the article. It has to make sense to your main idea. That helps support and prove your point. So you're usually pulling direct quotes from the article that support your opinion. So I'm going to use, I already wrote these down, so I'm going to use a few that I found. I'm using quotations because I'm taking this directly from the text. it says it's really helping to inspire people to get active and throw away their excuses. I feel like this supports my answer because he wants to live a normal life. So he's trying to kind of like push people out there like, what's your excuse? I don't have one. I'm still trying these things so you can get up there and do things too. And then he also said, I don't care if I get sacked, talking about football. I want to be a kicker. So despite him not having arms, he still wants to be a kicker on the football team. He still wants to try his best and doesn't really care that he might get hurt. So it's kind of like him still trying to live that normal life, even though he doesn't have arms. And the third one I put was he needs to learn how to manage himself with the other kids being a little rough. So this is the mom talking about how she needs him to get knocked down and still try and do the normal everyday things other kids are doing. Because if he doesn't learn how to do that, he can't do it on his own. If it happens and mom isn't there or whatever. So all three of these details directly support my main idea that Tim Bannon participates in sports to try and live a normal life still. So that's all you're going to be doing with your own article is completing those last 3 slides. Reminder, the first 2 are just kind of there to help you. If you have any other questions, please ask. Otherwise, I feel like that helps you with annotating and figuring out the main idea, text structure, and pulls out those key important details.